Yo, what it is, what it do? Welcome to the Homies Podcast, man. I'm your host, Ellis. Thank y'all for tuning in for another week, man. But you won't be disappointed for hitting that motherfucking play button because this week, man, we talking about something that everybody can relate to. And that's some bomb-ass food. And I don't know about y'all, but besides smoking the fatty and busting the nuts, that's my favorite motherfucking pastime. And I got an expert here today to talk to me about the shit. We can talk back and forth with this food shit. Is the owner of the Phoenix-based Good Food Table, my homie, your homie. Give it up for Chef Devan Cunningham. What up with it? What up with it, baby? What up? How you doing today, bro?
Man, I'm good. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm blessed, bro. Glad to be here.
Hey, man, thank you for coming on, man. You know I appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you, because I know you asked me busy. Y'all asked me all over the place, so it was good to lock you down for the time while you here, bro. So you already know, man. Like, so we just gonna get right into it, man, because I got a lot of shit to cover today, a lot of shit to talk to you about. And so over the years, bro, you know, I've been watching y'all guys grow tremendously over the years, bro. And I've seen you improve on shit that I didn't even think you could fucking improve on. Like dishes that I'm like, nigga, that's crack. You're like, nah, nigga, I got something else for you. So usually when I see people that do shit like that, when I see something that's dope as fuck and they still are, nah, man, I gotta tweak it. Nah, man, I gotta get it better. Nah, I gotta do something. Usually those are the people that I see that have a passion and love for what they're doing. So where did that love come from you, bro? And like, how did you also like get started in the cooking game?
So I've been cooking since like middle school, really. Like my mom, she used to be head of the culinary ministry at church when I was growing up. And me being her oldest, you know, naturally I'm always there. So like Saturday mornings, we at the church doing whatever was going on. And that's kind of where I got started at. And then in high school, I stayed with my grandparents because the high school, my parents' district was ass, and I played.
It's like I ain't trying to get shot.
Bro, that high school had all sorts of issues that I wasn't trying to deal with. And like my Pop Warner team was in my grandparents' district, so I stayed with my grandparents. But they worked in L.A. and we lived like an hour outside of L.A. and they wouldn't get home till later. My grandma had a housekeeper. And she would cook, but her food was trash. And it would just be like the housekeeper, my great grandfather, and myself. And like one day I got fed up. She cooked dinner and she had beat out some chicken breasts, stuffed it with cheddar cheese and some Vienna sausages, rolled that shit back up and boiled it. And I was like, bitch, I'm cooking dinner tomorrow. Like,
did you say Vienna sausages?
Vienna sausages and cheddar cheese rolled up in chicken and boiled it in the plastic wrap. And I'm like, I'm cooking dinner tomorrow.
That shit sounds disgusting.
It was horrible. And I was like, I've been around my mom cooking long enough, and I know what her stuff looks like and tastes like. I can figure it out. And even as bad as it might be, it ain't gonna be as bad as this shit. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
And you could have ate spam, nigga. Right after shit. God damn.
So I started experimenting with stuff in high school, just trying to just feed myself. And my mom's catering company grew throughout high school, and I was always there helping her out every step of the way. Every time she had an event, I was always the one being able to help her out. Went to Morehouse for a year, ended up coming back home, didn't go back to finish school, and I was going to JC, Fullerton JC. And I came home on the weekend on my mom's birthday. Wished her happy birthday. She's like, guess what? I'm about to open up a restaurant. I'm like, oh, cool. Her birthday's October 30th. I'm like, when's the restaurant open? She's like, November 9th. I'm like,
damn, no time.
10 days. She's like, yeah, it's already running. Dude just wants to get out of it. They already got the staff, whatever. So we're going to just flip over. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Her dishwasher walked out on like the second, third day or whatever. So I was like, I'll come be your dishwasher for a minute. Like, I'm just taking these little BS classes. I was taking like 2-3 classes that semester, and I wasn't even going all the damn time. so it's probably best that I tried to go help her out. So I was her dishwasher for a little minute, and 19 years old, washing dishes out of 3-compartment sink. I was going to work stoned every day.
Yes, yes, nigga, why would he? Shit.
And then I got access, to a full kitchen and stuff, and I would just start imagining different things like, what's this? What would be happen if I did this? And what if I did this instead? So I started just experimenting with stuff, and that's where, like, I would say the love for it started, was the experimentation, was having a vision in my head, almost tasting stuff, at nighttime in dreams or whatever. And the next morning I go to work and I just try it. And then I give it to people and see the excitement from people like, damn, you came up with this? Like, that was dope. So, for me to have something in my head, make it, and see people enjoy it, that really brought me excitement. And I was doing this all the time. And the original restaurant my mom was in was like 1,300 square feet, closed on Mondays, only did breakfast and lunch. But
and this was in California, right?
Yeah, this is in Temecula, California.
Okay.
Yeah. But at one point, some stuff happened to where she had to move from that building to another one, and we were going to expand to a former Tony Roma's 6,000 square foot restaurant.
Yeah.
And by this point, I had already started. This is like 6-7 months into the restaurant, probably. I want to say that we had went to do the move. And by this point, I had been experimenting all the damn time, and I was like, Mom, I want my own section on the menu. So she's like, all right, you come up with some stuff, I'll give you a section. So I had my own little like burgers and chicken sandwich munchie section on the menu, and I was like,
nigga had the stoner section.
You already know.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what I want to do. I wanted to own restaurants. That's when I decided I wanted to own restaurants. My thing was like, I don't want to be a chef per se. I want to be a restaurateur. Like if the title comes, that's cool. Chef owner is really what I wanted. So I wanted to be the one who owned different concepts, got shit going. So that was always my goal, to kind of create my own thing. So I guess that's where it started. That's where it came from. That's what the passion is for me. Just taking something from my mind, creating some food, seeing people enjoy it, and seeing the joy on their faces.
Oh, that's dope as fucking. And shout out to your mom, man, too. And shout out to your pops. They got a new restaurant opening. Can we shout them out real quick?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mom's restaurant ended up closing, due to mismanagement. Our first time, nobody in our family's ever ran or worked in a restaurant at that point. So there's some struggles in that. So we lasted like 3 years, 2-3 years, something like that. Ended up closing down in 2012, I want to say. Here we are, 2020. Mom's just got approved on a space. She's doing all the things to open up. Sharon's Creole Kitchen opening up in Murrieta, California.
Yeah.
Shooting for early February opening date.
Yeah. Shout out to
excited,
them.
yeah.
Shout out to Mom Dukes and them. Good luck.
Back around.
Yeah. And the boy will be there to get a plate. Keep my shit hot. I appreciate that. So I'm going to ask you too, like, what do you specialize in, man? So if you were about to cook for somebody, like, I'm about to impress this motherfucker right now, what would you say that you specialize in?
I always get asked that question. I don't ever know. I always say like the foundation of my cooking is Southern food, being that my family's all from the South, and that's like the bulk of what I learned. But growing up in California, it's so diverse out there. I have experience in a lot of different stuff. I love Mexican food, so Mexican food, Mexican flavors definitely inspire a lot of the stuff that I do, a lot of my cooking. But probably if I was going to impress somebody, the first thing I would make, I'd probably make him an egg sandwich or a cheeseburger.
Okay, why?
Because you think an egg sandwich or a cheeseburger, like
it's about to be it's normal.
Yeah, like I didn't have that before, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just treat it right, and it just be like, really, this is an egg sandwich, like this fire. Yeah, probably an egg sandwich, fried chicken, something simple and humble that you wouldn't expect to really stand out. You're like, damn, that's the best damn egg sandwich I done had in my motherfucking life.
Shit was crack.
Yep.
And I was like, and this is something you done with me like 100 motherfucking times. You'd be like, hey, I don't like mushrooms. There's certain shit I just don't fuck with. At least not those mushrooms. So I'll be like, yeah, bro, I don't want to eat that shit. You're like, bro, it's the most important thing. You told me that I remember. You told me this years ago. It's like, it's not what you eat, it's how you prepare it.
Yep.
So it's just like, do you find like extra joy in that when it's like, bro, I don't fuck with that, and you're like, nah, try this.
Definitely.
And niggas like it, like,
definitely.
Yeah, because you've definitely cooked a couple shits for me, and I'm like, bro, this shit, I didn't even think I'll even eat some shit like this, and this shit is crack.
I had a chef do that to me back in the day. At one of my first restaurant jobs, I was working at Faulkner Winery in Temecula. Chef Gianni Cicelot. He had some with eggplant on the menu. I was like, I don't like eggplant. Eggplant's disgusting. I hate it. And he's like, you don't hate eggplant. You just hate the ways that you've had it. I'm like, no, I hate eggplant. He's like, I'll make eggplant for you. I guarantee you'll love it. I'm like, I bet. So he made eggplant 3 different ways. Every single one of them was crack. And since then, I was like, all right. So like I told you, it's not you don't like this item. You just don't like the way that's been prepared for you.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a few chances, before you say you don't like it. So I love when people say, oh, I don't like something. Bet that's going to be the first thing I make for you. You don't like mushrooms? I'm going to make you like mushrooms. You don't like, fennel, you don't like whatever? I'm going to make sure, you try it a few different ways. And Steve, you really don't like that.
Right. And every time you've always flipped the script on me. I was like, yeah, nigga, I'll fuck with it now for sure.
Flip the script on eggplant for me any day because I don't like that shit.
I got you. Don't even trip. I got you.
So also too, because this is a Phoenix-based podcast, and also your company is a Phoenix-based company, the Good Food Table. Shout out to Good Food Table, bruh. And so, how do you feel like the food scene is out here and shit? Like, how do you like like?
I like the food scene out here. It's excuse me. It's definitely growing. So I've been in Phoenix for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, excuse me. And everybody's told me like when I got here 6 years ago, it was a good time to be here. And in the time that I've been here, I've seen a lot of stuff growing. I've seen a lot of stuff coming out here. One of my favorite things about the industry here in Phoenix is the camaraderie. I haven't lived and worked in many other big cities,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think the camaraderie can compare many other cities as it does in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like restaurants that you would assume where owners are competing with each other for business, they're really putting each other on it. They're really trying to put Phoenix on the map. So everything they're doing is about making Phoenix look good as a whole, helping each other out, making Phoenix, grow, so we get the respect that we deserve on a national scale. We're still behind, a bunch of cities, and that can be, it leaves more to be desired to an extent. But when you consider how young Arizona is as a state, how young Phoenix is as a city, you know,
1911,
yeah,
1912,
1911, something
1912,
like that was
yeah,
when,
became a
when
state.
Arizona became a state.
Mm-hmm.
You got cities been around longer than Arizona's been a state.
For
So
sure.
of course, naturally, it's going to take time for Phoenix to catch up and
Mm-hmm.
and grow into what it is. It's a baby that's maturing. So we will get there in time, and we're still the fifth largest city in the country,
Right?
And growing like
And
136 people a day.
and growing like crazy.
Fast as shit.
So I love it, and it's not too crowded out here as far as competition goes. You can get in any lane that you want to, and you can make a way for yourself.
And do you feel like that kind of help? You think that plays a part in the camaraderie part, where like it's not like LA, it's not like New York, where it's like rustle and bustle. Nah, nigga, fuck you. Let me get my shit. Don't fuck with my ingredients. Like, and every time you've taken me places like shout out to like Lil Miss and places like that, like the owner Scott. Everybody that I've ever, Stephen Jones, like shout out to him, the Lauder and the Delta, like all the places that you've taken me, you get like, first of all, you're like a celebrity when you walk in that motherfucker, because everybody know this nigga everywhere.
I just go eat on the damn time. I'm just regular. I ain't celebrity.
but you can tell the love that you get from everybody. It feels genuine. Everybody just like, oh yeah, I'll help you, or yeah, you can do this, and yeah.
Yep, and
so it's like
that's what the city's about. That's what I love.
And that shit is
about
dope. And I got another little side thing. Something I gotta ask you too. And I'll say this to the camera. I fuck with Cali. For all you niggas out there in Cali, y'all niggas need to stop acting like our Mexican food don't slap out here in Arizona, my nigga. Stop that, bro. God damn, they be like, oh nigga, it ain't like Cali. It's like, okay, y'all got the most people in the fucking country, your shit. We understand. But Arizona, my nigga, we got some good ass Mexican food out here too.
We do.
Bro.
Now, I came from when I first got here, I hated Mexican food. That was from here. Like I would bash it all the damn time. But there are a lot of fire Mexican spots out here. You gotta know where they are. You gotta know how to find them and whatnot. But I got some spots out here that I put up against some of my spots in Cali, and I think they can hang with them most definitely.
Straight up. I just had to get that out there, because I feel like niggas be hating on they like Cali. I see niggas shitting on that all the time. I'm like, damn, nigga, our shit good too. And so also too, like I said, being that so also too, how's the food scene that you feel like for black owned restaurants and for like personal chefs? 'Cause I know you also do like catering, you go to parties, you do all types of shit. So I just like, how does that feel? Like I said, for that, like I said, being a black owner of the shit, and also like other restaurants, do you feel like they around here get the recognition that they should, or do you feel like they kind of people really sleeping on them? Like how do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of too many black-owned restaurants that I know of. Like, Lord of the Delta is one of the first ones that comes to mind. I worked for Chef Jones for a few years. I learned a lot under that man. Super resume, dope chef, dope restaurant. But other than that, I think it's a couple like small mom and pop restaurants out here. But I don't really like those restaurants.
Yeah, man, we're trying to shout out the black companies. That nigga say, hey, man, I don't really. And is there a reason why? Is there a reason is it like the service? Is it the food? Is it
The food ain't really up to par, in my opinion. I don't think I'm a picky eater. I say I'm a particular eater, especially when it comes to things that I love and I grew up eating the most. So usually black restaurants are gonna be soul food, fried seafood, stuff like that. And I go to those and I've been disappointed because that's what I grew up eating. Right. So I'm just very particular when it comes to those. And I'm not always satisfied with them because it's half-assed. I could do better. I'd rather just do this at home. I waste my money coming over here type stuff.
He be like that a lot too. He like, man, I cook that shit at home. He's like, fuck that shit. Which like, damn, like I said, that is. I felt the same way too. Like I go to like some of these restaurants, and like I said, some are good. Like I said, you got Miss White's and you got even Lolo's. Like okay, y'all are straight, but yeah, I've never been.
I ain't even been to Lolo's. I ain't been to Mrs. White's. Ezekiel's is fire.
Ezekiel's straight.
I like Ezekiel's. They on the other side of town. I don't really come on their side of town too often. But yeah, I've been to Lolo's. I've been impressed to go to Lolo's, honestly. Like my mom and my sister had went, and they told me it was just all right. I'm like, well, if y'all say it's all right, then I'll take your word for it. And I ain't impressed because fried chicken is one of the things I do. I love fried chicken. Fried chicken is one of my things. Right. So I'm not finna go get no half-ass fried chicken.
Hell nah. And it's definitely about where you go, the time you go, because sometimes I'm gone, I'm like, okay, this shit good. And then other days I'm like, damn, they got to cook back there. That nigga came to work faded today. This shit is not, this shit. But again, not bashing Lolo's, not bashing any of these black-owned restaurants. Y'all go pull up. Y'all tell me how y'all think for yourselves. Y'all try the shit because, everybody's taste buds is different.
Yeah, I don't want to hate on Lolo's because obviously they doing the damn thing.
Yeah, them motherfuckers moved in, basketball, they in the fucking stadium
and the stadiums, they in the airports. They got locations everywhere. They got locations in Vegas. Right. I'm definitely not gonna knock their hustle. They got something going on. Right. And I admire that about it. But I just
What it is because you have to understand everybody else that gets their chicken out here, they get their chicken from like Church's, KFC, Popeyes. And when you compare that to Lolo's stands on top because it's real seasoned, it's cared for. You know what I'm saying? Like the owner of Lolo's is always in a restaurant sitting next to customers and being like, that tastes good. Hey man, let me try it. Let me get you to try it. This tastes good. You like this? Oh man, all right, we gonna try that.
That's what's up.
So he's in there all the time and he's always looking to better his menu. So it's because of the love that they put into that stuff. It's why Lolo stands on top of the rest of that stuff.
That's that shit just fast. I'm just trying to feed you.
The fuck out. From and I'm just saying I'm very particular. So when it comes to because I can cook and I come from a restaurant type of come a background, certain foods I'll be like, this is trash. You know what I'm saying? This is just alright. And that's where it comes from. We know quality. A lot of people don't know quality. They taste buds ain't built for that yet.
Yeah, and speaking, that's a good transition too about quality and shit too, because I know you travel a lot and shit too, and also going to different places. I don't know about you, when I travel, the food can make or break a vacation for me. I've gone places and I'll be like, all right, see, cool, and it's go to some of the spots and I'm like, food ain't cracking on shit. And it kind of
vacation is food, right? That's the reason I go everywhere, and that's pretty much all I do when I go somewhere. I go somewhere for when the first thing I'm doing is where we going to eat at, and depending who I'm with, most of my trips I go on is with my sister. Shout out Jordan.
Shout out Jordan with you. How you doing?
That's my flight plug. We be in and out the states, the countries, and we go places. We just eat. And we eat as much as we can all the time, and that's it. That's what our trips consist of. Is food and the experiences around food. We try to get the most authentic experience we can. We went to Cuba, and we were getting a bicycle tour around Cuba, and I was speaking in Spanish to our little guide or whatever, and I was asking where could I get some weed from. And he's telling us, the dangers of getting weed out there because it's super illegal. You can get in trouble. You go to jail and this. They said, but if you want some, y'all can get some.
Yeah, nigga, don't tell me all the scary shit. Give me the weed.
You can get it. Right. He took us to his mom's house. And he left us with his mom when he went to go get the weed. And his mom, was cooking at the time, so she gave us some coffee. We talking, and I'm over the stove on my Snapchat, looking at everything she had going, and she ended up giving us a couple of bites of some food right there. That was the best experience. That was the raw
You in somebody's home and
yeah,
do it
a
like
Cuban native's home, don't speak no English, just happen to be cooking and just like, here, eat this. And I was like, yeah.
That's the Latin culture. They all about feeding their guests and feeding people like that. And the fact that you was able to speak Spanish gave them more respect.
you right, for sure. And like you said, and again, more with the freshness too. Like, how is the local produce? Do you feel like here in Phoenix? Like, is it like? Is it easy to get the shit you need, or is it like, damn, we gotta order a lot of shit, we gotta import a lot
Oh,
of shit
dude,
from a lot of
Phoenix
places?
Has a popping with the produce, bro. We got a
Hey,
long ass growing season. We got a bunch of farms.
mm-hmm,
The farmers markets are always loaded with great local produce all
mm-hmm,
the time, and you get a bunch of dope stuff out here, bro.
mm-hmm. And then that's dope. Like I said, because to me that makes like all the fucking difference. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm one of those people like you don't have to have a lot of shit. You ain't got to do like if it's good ingredients, it
Less
could
is
be
more.
less is more. Good ingredients, fresh shit. I feel like that, especially like with seafood. And you know what I mean? Like when I go places, like, oh, I gotta add the season. Nah, nigga, if it's good seafood, nah, nigga, just give me a little butter sauce on the side and just let me
Mm-hmm.
fuck it up because you don't need to do too much other shit to it.
Let the product speak for itself. Respect the integrity of the product that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be what it's gonna be, and ultimately that's better for you. It's healthier. You ain't got to do a whole lot. You take a little bit of some vegetables, add a little bit of salt, saute it real quick. Bake off a little piece of salmon or whatever. If you respect it and you treat it right, it's gonna taste better without having to do too much.
Right. And all the places that you have been, you cooked in Alaska, you cooked all over the fucking place. Like, what place do you feel like has the best produce, like locally grown?
I'd probably say Phoenix off the top of my head.
Okay.
I mean, shit, California.
Yeah, they
California.
grow everything, right? Yeah, they grow everything, right?
California, they got a wide range of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd probably say California or Arizona. Shit, Alaska, they got no damn produce.
Right, they got flying every motherfucking thing, right? Right?
You ain't get nothing in Alaska. The seafood up there was dope.
Right.
That shit was awesome. Getting that fish fresh out the water.
It's like, exactly. You didn't have to do too much to it, right? We ain't got to do no crazy seasoning.
You don't do nothing to it.
You can cook that shit up, get a little fire on it, nigga, and we good.
Bruh, you do nothing to that salmon up there, and it'd be ridiculous. I made the best salmon croquettes of my life up there.
That shit sound good.
I'm used to the salmon croquettes my grandma would make out the can. You got to pick all the bones out.
That's the shit.
Hold
on. Oh, shit. Fuck around, die, eat that shit. But, so also, too, we got a few minutes before we got to go pay some bills and shit. But before we do that, I just want to say, like, what is, like, the main thing, bro, you want people to take away from, like, the good food table and, like, the feeling you want to leave people after the meal is done?
So the good food table, it came from a place of, just wanting to bring my people together to have a good time and feel love. I didn't have no intention of starting the Good Food Table as a catering company. It was just, being in Arizona, not having my family out here, and most of my friends are transplants as well. When the holidays and stuff come around where you would typically be with your family celebrating and eating, I wanted my home to be that. And that became the business over time to where, we just want to bring people together to eat good food, share love on one another. And be who you are. So, the Good Food Table is all about sharing love through food, bringing people together, knocking down walls, creating conversations with people, making people feel comfortable to be themselves, and really, nourishing your soul through food.
See, man, that's dope because we basically got the same concept over here at the Homies Podcast, bro, and I appreciate that. That's why I love coming through all your functions and everything because I always feel that love. Always meet somebody that's dope and always willing to talk, and the people there is just always the shit, man. So shout out all the people that be sliding through the Homies crib. They be doing that, but we're gonna take a quick little break. We gotta pay some bills real quick. We're gonna be back here, so y'all don't go no motherfucking where. We got more here with motherfucking Chef Devan Cunningham Pimpins. We'll be right back, man.
Holla.
we back, and we back, and we back to the Homies Podcast, man. Got the homie in here, Devan, Cunningham, the chef, that guy. And we talking about a whole bunch of different shit, mostly food today. But right now, bro, I see that you came in here rocking the Crenshaw hoodie today.
Oh, you know it.
And like I always said, we will keep rocking and shouting out Nipsey until this podcast is no longer. And we going to be around a long motherfucking time. So shout out to Nipsey, man. And we were talking about on last show with the homies Hakeem and Towns. So you being from Cali, bro, and you being a black business owner, like, how did Nipsey inspire you, bro? Like,
oh man, I think I don't think I would be in the same place I am right now if it wasn't for Nip. At the point when the first marathon came out, that was the time when I decided, like, I wanted to be a chef, or that I wanted to own restaurants, and this was the industry I wanted to be in. And at the time, I was the first in my family to go to college. So when I dropped out of Morehouse, my dad was livid. When I decided I wanted to be a chef, I wanted to cook, my dad was like, you gonna give up your weekends, and just bashing the idea, of what I wanted to do. My mom, she wasn't, as against it, but she's like, go to school. I'm like, I don't want to go to school. Like, that don't make sense for me to go to school to do this. I don't have to go to school to do this. And I had a vision for what I wanted to do, within the industry. And then when the marathon came out, like, that was like the soundtrack at the time that was playing, like, yo, this is exactly what I'm feeling. This is exactly what I'm thinking. And I remember on the marathon, on the last track, it's the Bigger Than Life bonus track, right? And I was smoking, driving around, listening to that. And when he was talking on that song, he was talking to me and my mission and what I wanted to do. So I'm like, yo, I fuck with this. I rock with this. And like every step of the way, I've always been able to, put on some Nip and use that shit as the inspiration and the motivation for the grind. And that's what it was. Like, he said in one of his tracks, he's like, theme music for young hustlers to get their ends to. And that's exactly what it was for me. Like, I could always, put on some Nip and be inspired and be pushed on the grind throughout every step of my journey. When I was working doubles at different restaurants, when I'm doing all this shit for other motherfuckers, and I always had the vision, I want to do my own thing. I want to own my own thing. And he almost laid the groundwork and then the blueprint for how to go about and doing that. And I still to this day, stay going to that for my motivation.
For sure, bro. And like I said, Nipsey definitely was, again, a big part of this podcast, me getting this shit together. Just, again, seeing his shit, like, Loaded Bases, even, like, on Victory Lap. I listen to that shit a lot. Like, yeah, nigga, like, we on deck, nigga. The shit is base. What you gonna do, nigga? You gonna hit that home run? You gonna strike out, nigga? Everybody gonna look at you like, what the fuck you doing? So it's just like, and even, even when he passed, I remember I came in here when I was still, like, trying to get my shit together, trying to figure out how I sound to do all that. I remember I came in here and I was like, man, let me just, like, record something. Let me just, like, talk. And I remember that shit was, like, the hardest shit ever. Like, I couldn't even get words out. I was just, like,
bro, I was
lost for
fucked up
words.
When he died. I was at, one of my younger sisters, one of her best friends was having a birthday party for her son. And I was over there catering, and sure enough, I'm wearing my white TMC flag T-shirt. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I was jacked. I'm over here catering a party, and I'm over here crying and shit while I'm cooking, trying to feed people. And they're like, what's wrong? That nigga Nipsey just died.
Right.
I felt like a little girl.
Right.
But, like I said, he really inspired a lot of the stuff that I've done, and really pushed me along my way. The marathon continues. That whole everything about that pushed me, bro.
And just so y'all know, man, like I said, whoever set that shit up to, off the homie, y'all just, the only thing y'all did with niggas just rose 1,000 more motherfucking Nipseys. That's the only thing you fucking did, man. So shout out to Nipsey and his family, man, to Lauren London and all that, man. Like I said, that shit is mad unfortunate. And like I said, in my lifetime, bro, like, I haven't experienced a celebrity that, like, touched me that much. You know what I mean? We were around when Tupac and Biggie and them, but I was
younger.
kids. Yeah, it's
it
like,
didn't resonate the same with us.
Yeah, and it was just like, all right, but this was like the first, shout out, Mac Miller and everything, those are tragic too, but something about Nipsey's death that was just like,
bro,
like,
I was
man.
really sick because I was when he was doing the Victory Lap promo tour, he had went to the record store by the house, and I had went up there, and I made some food. I brought some food up there, dapped him up, dropped off the food, and it was all good. And I talked to his videographer afterwards, and I kept in contact with him. So when they said they're coming out here for the tour, I tried to set up. So I'm about to cook for Nipsey because that's one of my things. I love to feed people. I want to show my appreciation. I want to show my love, and especially, you know, for him motivating and inspiring me, I was like, nigga, I gotta feed you. So, you know, I had set up to where I was supposed to feed him when he came out here on that stop, but they ended up canceling the show, and I was like, damn, that's like the one person that like I really, really wish I could have like fed and talked to, and really, you know, share full interaction with. Like, you know, when we talked at the little meet and greet thing, it was just like real quick, you know, dap them up, say what I had to say.
Yeah.
You got to get going next.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you, I would have loved to hold a conversation with him.
For sure. He's definitely one of those people, like, there's not a lot of people, like I said, in a lot of different aspects that I want to talk to and sit down and pick their brain, and Nipsey was definitely one of those people. Like, you're on a different frequency. You moving on some different shit, and I love tapping in and talking to people like that.
Yep.
And so what notable people have you cooked for? Like, since you've been doing it with the Good Food Table, like, because I know you've had a couple people on your list. So who are some of those people?
So I dropped off food for Nipsey. I fed Boz from Dreamville a couple times.
Okay. Shout out Dreamville, J. Cole, that
out
whole
Dreamville.
Campoville over there. Shout out North Carolina. You know what we do over here, man.
Dreamville always show love when they come to town, bro. Like I said, I fed Boz twice. I fed Ari Lennox when she came to town on one of her stops. Vince Staples when he came to town on one of his stops. Vince Staples is a funny ass motherfucker.
That
dude is comedy, bro.
Speaking it into existence, Vince Staples will be on the Homies podcast one day. I promise you. That nigga's guts, bro.
Then who else? Then I used to work for Jason Kidd's family for a while. Right now I work for a couple families, one of which Max Starks, former offensive lineman for Pittsburgh Steelers, Super Bowl champion. Who else?
Did you ask Jason Kidd how did it feel busting LeBron's ass on the final? I'm just like, this is side note. This is another time. We're just ready to get to that.
Nah, I didn't ask him how it felt busting LeBron's ass. But I did ask him who he liked better between Kobe and LeBron.
And what was his answer?
He's just like, dude, like, you know, Kobe had that dog in him, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, that's all we need to hear. That's all we need to hear.
I'm going to leave it at that.
And who else would you want? Like, do you have like a little list of like, hey man, I really, really want to cook for these people, you know, whatever time frame, but you know, you want to cook for these people. Do you have like that list of little people, like people that you want to?
I want to cook for anybody who comes to Phoenix on a tour stop.
Okay.
That's one of my things. When artists come to town on tours, like I love to try to reach out to them and try to feed them. You know, why have somebody, you know, who wants to cook for you who's just doing it for a job? Like, I want to feed you. I want you to feel hospitality when you get to Phoenix. You know, whether you're on a tour bus, you just flying in, whatever it is, you probably not going to be eating good on a tour. And, you know, the Good Food Table is all about sharing that love and hospitality. So when you come to town, I want you to feel that. So J. Cole coming to town 2020, I'm trying to feed Cole. When Kendrick come to town 2020, I'm trying to feed Kendrick.
Feel me?
I would love to cook for Obama. Sit down and talk to Obama a little bit. I think that'd be dope. Your mama. Oh
shit, she might need some of that shit too. Like shit, she hungry. She might pull up. Shit. Oh shit.
I don't know. Anybody, bro. We're like for real. Right. Well, I just want to keep sharing love and hospitality with everybody. As many people as I can.
How would they reach out to you if they were to watch the Homies podcast and was like, you know what, that sounds legit. I want to reach out to Homie because I'm gonna be in Phoenix in 2020. How would they?
The Good Food Table is universal. Whether you look it up .com, Facebook, Instagram, at the Good Food Table, and you can find me. Or you can hit me up at LL_Chef D on Instagram as well. Ladies love Chef Dev, so ladies, I got a girlfriend. I'm just.
I was like, hold on, nigga, we on the shit. We ain't cutting that out here. I love my woman.
I just want to make everybody laugh.
Part of the faithful black man, motherfucking faithful black man alliance out here. Black men don't cheat. You feel me? Oh shit. So bro, like, so I don't know about you, man, because like as I've been getting older, bro, like I be watching the Food Network, like the shit is porno and shit. I be like, nigga, I swear if you have the door closed, you're like, ooh, nigga, put all that cheese on there. Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, bitch. So I'm like, and I be seeing people like Andrew Zimmerman and shit. Like, I watch this show a lot. And I'd be like, this nigga eats some of the weirdest shit. So I ask you, like, what's like the weirdest shit like you've eaten or prepared for somebody?
It's the weirdest shit I've eaten. I don't eat no weird shit. I mean, damn.
You like, y'all black, I don't be venturing out like that.
Right? I mean, I'm not scared to try no weird stuff. Like, a lot of stuff, I'd say I tried. Just to say I tried it. I had crickets before.
Okay, I'm from the South. I'm eating some crickets, some grilled up crickets.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of weird, but it ain't like super bad or nothing like that.
You eat like some possum, or you eating like some
hell
weird
no,
shit,
I
some
ain't no
eyeball, or some eyeballs of something.
I ain't no fucking eyeballs. I ain't eat no possum. I ain't eat no coon.
He's like, I ain't that. He's like, I ain't that country. He's like, ah, damn, niggas out here eating roadkill and shit. Hey, you feel me? Like that's some cuisine right there.
I'm alright.
Okay, so when it comes to shit like that, you like I'm more on the just chill, make sure the shit is good.
Yeah, I think like if I was to go to another country and it's like a cultural norm, I'd probably try something like that.
Okay.
But I ain't going too far out there, though.
But you like, I ain't about to just on a regular day just
nah. Don't expect me to go to like nowhere and eat no bull's testicles.
Yeah, I ain't eating no nuts.
I don't need
no
that experience.
Never, nigga. You gonna fuck what animal? No nothing, nigga. That should have never happened.
Not never.
So I know this is kind of like a sharp left for how we've been talking about the shit that like all the shit we've been on today. This is kind of like a little left turn. But you know, like heart disease is the number one thing that kill people in America, especially with the black community. You know, niggas got the beaties or the sugar, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. So, it being that you cook, I just wanted to know, is that something that you're very conscious about, like when you cook stuff, and also like being that you have such a wide knowledge on food, do you feel like it's like not only cooking shit, do you feel like it's like kind of like your thing to also educate people? Because you do that with me a lot. Like, nah, bro, it get this taste, it gets this, it does this. And so do you feel like you do that with all your customers? Do you feel like you should do that, or is it kind of like, nah, I just want to make sure shit is good?
Definitely. It's definitely something I'm always conscious of and thinking about it, considering. I always want, I want you to have some healthy, wholesome food. I mean, I don't want to give you anything that's going to kill you or hurt you in the long run. But there definitely is still a balance, because I'll still fuck up some chili cheese pastrami fries. Don't get it twisted. Like,
that's not every day. You know what I mean? We have a salad.
Not every day. It's all about, being conscious and being, can all things considered, And I think the big problem with the culture, we don't really know any better. And that's pretty much our traditions to eat the way that we do. And there's like a stigma that if you're eating healthy, you eating white. And if you're eating white, it ain't got no flavor. When that's probably the furthest from the truth. You could have healthy food that could be super bomb. And again, that's one of the things that I love doing for my clients is, showing them you could take, minimal product, do minimal things to it, and it could be awesome and it could be great for you. Actually, as a matter of fact, when I worked for Jason Kidd's family, his wife and kids are vegan. So everything I cook for them would be vegan, and it was strictly plant-based vegan, not even like the soy processed products, but everything comes from plants and actual real products. Yeah. And a lot of my sister was, vegan vegetarian for a while, and I have some friends who've been in and out in the vegan vegetarian lifestyle.
Myself as well. Yeah.
And that. Yep, like it's 2020. Like everybody's going vegan vegetarian nowadays. So it's I kind of took it as a challenge to try to find a way to make some healthy food taste good. Try to make some plant-based items taste really good. And part of the whole challenge of changing the stigma of I can't eat healthy because it's going to taste bad. No, let me show you. Let me put you on the game real quick.
And also not only tasting bad, a lot of people think, oh man, it's too expensive, bro.
Yeah,
like, I can't eat it. It's too. And like I said, I've had you chef up shit, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go to the store, probably spend $10, $15, and I can make some
Yep.
shit where niggas can eat on for the next 2 days type shit.
Yep.
And again, it'd be healthy for you. So also, I feel like that's another big stigmatism too. People thinking like, man, I can't afford it, bro. Like, nah, man, you ain't got to get everything from Whole Foods, my nigga. Like, you can go to other places, like you said, local places, farmers markets, all types of shit. And find shit at a good price and get shit where that's gonna be also good for you as well. Keep your ass out the doctor's office because that's where they fucking want us at.
And you asked me, how do I feel about, or do I teach it? And I feel when I'm cooking and people are around me, of course I'm always talking and I try to give insight, to what I'm doing and my thought processes and whatnot. But recently, like within the past week, even yesterday, I had a few people ask me about videos and like encourage me to do videos. So I think that's one thing. I'm looking at, I wouldn't say transitioning to, but adding, to the brand this year. Just doing just some little quick, Instagram TV videos, YouTube videos, whatever, just showing how you can take simple products and make some healthy, quick meals for cheap.
And everybody's on board with that because especially
Definitely.
families and even motherfuckers that are single like myself. The last thing I want to do when I get home is cook for 2 hours and shit. It's like, nah, nigga, I want something I can make 15, 20 minutes real quick, chop something up, bang, bang, bang. And like I said, and like it's even just that kale pasta. Shit that you told us that one time, like you made that shit, you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna grab stuff from your refrigerator and just throw it all together, and that shit was fire, and we still make that shit to this day. So it's just like, yeah, man, that's a great idea, by the way, because I feel like that shit would help a lot of people, and my ass would definitely be tuning in every week, stealing motherfucking recipe. Yeah, we gonna be on that motherfucker like, yep, I'm making that shit.
Got some vegan shit on there, I'm there.
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
That's the biggest thing for me is going vegan. It was hard to just
fine.
have good taste and stuff. Like I would whip up something here and there, but it was like, damn, I want to make this every day.
Yep.
I need something. I need different variety of shit for sure.
That's the thing. People go vegan, vegetarian, and they get stuck in doing the same thing. Like they find one good recipe and they run that mug in the ground because you can't really think of nothing else. It's like, what else can I do with vegetables? You can do a lot with vegetables.
A shit ton. Yeah.
You got the knowledge though.
Exactly.
I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what.
gonna
Yeah, put us on, man.
I got you.
I'm not saying since you always cook for other people and shit. Like, what's your favorite dish or something that you love cook for you every time? Like, hey man, if I'm on some last meal shit, this is what the fuck I'm about to eat type shit.
Rice, gravy, and corn. My mom,
That's random as fuck, and I did not expect you to say that.
rice and gravy is like one of my favorite things to eat. Growing up, my mom smothered chicken with some rice and some corn on the side, and it could be beef gravy, pork gravy, chicken gravy. Just give me like a southern brown gravy on top of some rice and some corn and some spinach. I'm set. That's like soul nourishment right there for me. That or some white beans. I like white beans and rice.
Okay.
White beans and any type of like gravy or something that you can put on top of some rice. That warms me up like no other.
Right. It was so crazy because again, when you talking to a motherfucker that's a chef, you assume like he about to say, "Yeah, man, I like some foie gras with some shit," and it was like, "Nah, nigga, just some rice, some gravy,
rice and gravy. I'm good."
Crack, cuz. So that's dope, man. It's again, go back to what we say. It can be simple, but it's fucking fire though. And being out here in Phoenix, bro, like I know sometimes people come from other places, motherfuckers live here and they don't know what's cracking, what these spots are. So what would you suggest for like the top 5 restaurants where you like, y'all gotta go here? You gotta eat here. If you're from Phoenix and if you're not from Phoenix, you fly here the first time, where's the 5 spots you gotta hit?
All right.
Outside of the good food table, you gotta hit there.
You coming to Phoenix, 5 restaurants I'm gonna take you to off tops. We're going to hit up Little Miss Barbecue.
Okay.
That's one of the best barbecue I've had, hands down.
All over the place.
Everywhere I've been to.
Right. I'm from the South, and I'm telling you, that shit is cracking.
Yeah, they stay hitting. They do a great job over there. Scott, the owner, is a super cool dude. I really respect what they got going on over there. They really care about what they do. Next, I'd probably say I got this Mexican grilled chicken joint on the west side, El Pollo Cuarteado.
Is that the one you tell me they got the big ass chickens?
All they do is rotisserie chicken. And you either buying a quarter bird, a half bird, or a whole bird. And they got like 3 sides. They got the chicken on the rotisserie ovens on the rotisserie grill in the back. They got the big ass popcorn window stacked up with chickens just getting all steamy. Bruh, that shit is. I need to go there today.
I got hungry. Wow, shit. What was that? That's what number? What 2 is that?
That's number 2. And then I'd say another Mexican spot on the west side. They got the best I've had in my life.
I had a bitch that said the same shit. Some bitch had the best. That
that spot is called El Compadres.
Okay.
Then let's see. Lard in the Delta. It's like every time anybody comes from out of town, we almost always go into Lard in the Delta. Got to go by, show love. It's like family over there at Lard in the Delta. Like I've been there. I worked there for so long. I worked for Chef Jones. You know, it's like family people who work there. And it's always a good time. They always show love. Awesome food. Probably the best. One of my favorite brunches in town. That's 4. Where else? Shit, I don't. Oh, Glyban.
Okay.
It's this Thai street food spot that I be hitting up.
I've heard of that shit before.
Glyban is fire, bro.
So y'all heard what he said, man. Those are the top 5. Y'all need to get to those motherfucking restaurants.
If you're not gonna call me to come through and cook for you, that's
that's
where you need to go stop at.
You feel me? So, like I said, man. So again, we only got a few minutes here. We got to wrap this up here because I know you got to get out of here. You got shit to do today, and I just want to know what's your ultimate goal for the Good Food Table? Like 20 years from now, like where do you see yourself, man?
Oh man, I see so many different things for the Good Food Table. I mean, catering is the bread and butter. That's what's been sustaining me. That's what gets me in people's homes. I love catering, but I really want to expand the business to lessons. I want to teach the kid. I want to start, showing kids, something new, a healthier way to eat and cook for themselves. I want to start working on some retail products to get moving, kind of expand and scale out a little bit more. I want to get restaurants underneath my umbrella. Maybe not necessarily the Good Food Table, but I want to have restaurants. That's always been my goal, and that still is my goal. It's kind of taking a back seat right now, to other stuff, living life, enjoying myself, catering is awesome, bro. You get to create your own schedule. You get to have freedoms. That shit is dope. You get restaurants, you locked down. You're not going nowhere. You committed. And I'm still having my fun living life right now. So, in time, I'll get to the restaurants, retail products, teaching up the kids, bringing the new generation to eat better, and ultimately, just sharing love and hospitality with everybody. That's always going to be the foundation. Is sharing love through food, nourishing souls.
I feel you, man. I know all that shit gonna happen and more, bro, because you dope at what you do, man. I appreciate your friendship, and I appreciate you again for stopping by this motherfucker, man, and talking to the homies at the Homies Podcast.
Already.
And your black ass is welcome here any motherfucking time.
Already.
Anytime you want to plug something, anytime you want to do something. And before we get out of here again, can you tell the people again where they can find you at, where they can set up an appointment at, where they can get in contact with you? Can you let the people know that again?
So you can find me at The Good Food Table on Instagram and Facebook, or at thegoodfoodtable.com for all your catering service needs, private and home intimate dinners. You want to do a dinner for your wifey, you want to get together a ladies brunch, you want to do a corporate catering, you want to do a wedding, you name it, we could figure it out. We'll make it happen for you.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And before we get out of here, I just want to shout out 2 other people right quick. Shout out the Pirated Crew, man. This is what made this dope-ass motherfucking hoodie I got on right now.
I wonder where you got that from. I seen that. That's dope.
You got nasty on this motherfucker because, I'm a nasty motherfucker. That's why, you feel me? And also, man, I know coming up for 2020, everybody want to get their finances together. Everybody tired of being broke. Everybody tired of having a fucked up credit where you got to stay at that fucked up place that you want to get out of. But if you want to get your credit right, man, please holler at my boy Cal on IG. at thecreditbully.info. Hit his line, man. Hit his DM. He'll get your credit in line, man. You can talk to him. You'll figure that shit out.
I got kind of working on my credit right now too.
He worked on mine. Everybody in this room, he working on their shit, man. We getting right for this year, man. All around. So please hit him up. And again, thank y'all again, man, for tuning into the Homies Podcast. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Y'all tell a friend, tell a local stripper to holla at us, bro. And shout out us next week. We gonna be back again, man. So thank y'all again. Holla at our YouTube page as well. Hit the subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what y'all want to hear, man. What y'all want us to talk about. I love y'all, man. We'll holla at y'all again next week. Peace.